Jala Sangathan headquartered, New Delhi. He has given a long letter, though it is particularly for the class 10th and 12th. But as I have gone through the letter, I found that it is equally important for the classes 6 to 12th. Because our main purpose is to secure good marks in the examination, besides our academic performance and everything. That because that's the proof, that certificate, that testimony that we have studied well. We may study a lot, but if we are not able to get the good marks in the examination, then it shows that we have not done anything. Am I clear or not, children? So same thing has been mentioned by our additional commissioner academic, and it is based on his long experience. He is the academician. He has seen ups and downs in the field of education. He is well aware of the examination pattern. He is well aware how to get the good mark. That's why he is at the highest post. So I hope that if we will follow the same, we shall also be able to get the good marks in the examination. We shall be able to excel in the examination. Every one of us will be the best. So here is the letter that I shall lay out for you. All of you will please listen it carefully and try to understand it. It is in very simple language. Tips are given in points. You will understand it, and after understanding, you will all try to follow it for the preparation of your examination. Because your examination is again coming, the session ending examination, your final examination. For that, it will be quite helpful for us all. It says, dear students, at the outset, let me congratulate you for being KVN. Can you understand? Be the student of Kendriya Vidyalaya. I know you are an intelligent and hard-working student, always making improvisation and ready to learn new things. Now that you have come to class 10th and 12th level, there is no doubt that this achievement is testimony to the fact that you have concentrated on your studies, obeyed your teachers and parents' commands, studied hard and practiced harder. It is a well-known fact that success in examinations depend upon your performance during the 3 hours of examination in the examination hall. While knowledge, understanding and memory play a very crucial role, presentation skills is the most significant deciding factor. But almost every student finds it very difficult to keep the content of all the chapters of all the subjects in ready to use memory up to examination period. It is therefore suggested to review your study habits. The secret of memory lies in frequency of revision. Now the question is how to increase the frequency of revision. Here are some tips for increasing the frequency of revision so as to ensure that everything which is required to be in your active memory remains for a considerable time of period. Here we have 3 points. First is making notes. Your first job should be to concisely assimilate all the information pertaining to one chapter. Means chapter-wise revision, preparation. For this you should take a long size copy and make notes on 1 page or at most 2 pages. The note should be only points which should cover all the main ideas of the chapter along with their sub-ideas. You can read the note a few times till you are in a position to recall the details under each point or sub-point. Now point number 2, testing and understanding. After making note, you should try to choose any point or sub-point on random basis and attempt to make a detailed write-up without consulting any tips, book or notebooks. For the rest, you can make an oral exercise while making attempts to have detailed amplification on each of the point or sub-points of the notes. Point number 3, concept notes. Concept notes or mind map will help you to increase the frequency of your revision. A mind map is a miniature expression of the whole chapter in any form. For example, diagram, flowchart, main points, formula, acronym, sketch or picture. The test of good mind map is very simple. It must make the contents of the whole chapter clear in your mind just after one glimpse of the map mind. The above three steps will help you master the contents. The first and second steps must be over by the end of November. Time is also given. This should be completed by end of November. Though November is finished, but still we have time to go for the same, following the same tips and the steps that has been described. The third step will continue up to examination. But as I mentioned earlier, only mastery over the content will not ensure high scores in the examination. The event of examination tests your ability to express in written form in 3 hours. It tests our knowledge, no doubt, but also evaluates our ability to understand the questions quickly. Write the answers as per the requirement of the marking scheme in legible handwriting and with impressive presentation style. It also puts our time management, selection of questions on test. You can succeed unless your progress is exactly matching with the requirement of the event. In short, many rounds of the rehearsal are required for good performance on stage. A few strategies for content and examination management are enclosed for reference and implementation. I would also like to add that every student needs to identify her or his own style of learning. This is possible only when you are exposed to various ways of studying and reinforcement. The above techniques may help you only when you understand them and apply the same in your day-to-day learning habits. I am very much confident that you will leave no stone unturned in order to achieve the goals you have set for the ensuing examination and beyond. With best wishes, you and Khawaday Additional Commissioner Academic. Now, strategies for content and examination management. Please listen carefully. Here are the points given that will help us to prepare the best for the coming examination. Knowing the content. Know the chapters to be covered and the weightage for each chapter. Number 2, know the question paper pattern along with weightage for various types of questions like very short answer, long answer type questions. Number 3, learn the content mostly by understanding and relating to other relevant content subjects, practical examples. Learn the formula and definitions by understanding as well as rote memory method. Number 5, derivations and problem solving can be remembered fresh for a long time only when practiced by writing over and again. Writing once is said to be equivalent to reading 13 times. Number 6, important diagrams must be practiced by drawing and labeling. Number 7, even long answer can be learned by dividing them into relevant points and then writing them in exam in continuous text. Number 8, make your own notes in simple language in a way you can understand and remember. Number 9, test yourself by simple and short duration test to find whether you remember the formula, definitions, derivations, explanations and applications. Number 10, you can highlight, underline important points while learning the content. You can try to remember or ponder over the content learned already. During the free time or while engaged in other activities, which do not demand much of mental attention. Number 12, you can discuss, teach what you have learned with or to the peer group. This practice makes the memory deeper since it demands for effective recalling of knowledge. The more you share, the more you remember. So peer discussion helps us a lot to learn the things properly. Number 13, have a timetable for self-study at home. Have a timetable for self-study at home. More time is to be allotted for the subjects which require deep and concentrated study. Certain subjects have to be studied daily, while a few requires only 2-3 days in a week. Combination of tough and easy subjects in a day will keep you away from getting bored or tired. Number 14, write important formula subject-wise, chapter-wise, and display them in your study room in prominent places and make habit of glancing at them wherever possible. Number 15, wherever necessary, you can learn through readily available PPTs and video lectures. 3D diagrams and animations will be of great help to understand the concepts, but precautions must be taken not to spend more time on these materials and not to get distracted. Number 16, as far as possible, you can get into the habit of going early to bed and study in early hours of the day because mind will be very fresh after good sleep. Study for 1 hour in the early morning is equivalent to 4 hours study in the late night. There is nothing wrong in watching TV, browsing net, etc. for very limited time in a day. But prolonged uses of these media will not only make you lazy, but also will make you tired. Rather, you can play a game, a sport of your choice for little time with your friends or relax your body and mind. Now, improving writing ability in examination, which is very important because sometimes we complain that we did not get sufficient time to complete our answer in the examination. So time management is very important so that we can complete writing answer in the time limit, maybe the 2.5 hours or 3 hours as per your specification. So please understand how we can manage time and complete our answer within the time. So here is the experts comments given for us. Number 1, fast and legible handwriting is essential for examination. Legible, that can be read easily. Don't write such a way that your examiner is not able to read it properly. So for fast and legible handwriting is essential for examination. You need not worry about beauty of your handwriting at this stage, but it must be legible enough for the examiner to read and understand what you write. This can be mastered only when practiced throughout the year. It don't matter 1 day or 2 days or 1 month, 2 months, throughout the year. Number 2, practice at home, school should match the real event which is test or exam at a school or board level. Number 3, write as many dummy test exams as possible at home apart from the ones administered in school. Number 4, till the syllabus is completed, you can write and practice chapter-wise test with a schedule of 1 subject in a day. Number 5, when the syllabus is completed, you can divide it into 2 or 3 equal parts in such a way that a few easy and few tough chapters are combined and you can write 3 hours exam in that selected portion. Number 6, simple question papers which are available from the various sources along with study material provided in the school will be great help for self-administered tests or exams. Number 7, you can practice 3 hours exam by randomly selecting previous year's question papers from CBSE. The more you are exposed to the questions asked in previous CBSE exam papers, you are more likely to encounter in a real exam. You will therefore gain more confidence in the exam hall. Always, number 9, always try to stick to time schedule of test examination. Number 10, you should know and restrict to the word limit of very short answer type question, short answer type question, long answer type questions. Otherwise, you may tend to write too much for very short answer type and very little for long answer type. Answer management, then we'll lose the marks. We're writing more for the short and less for the long question answer. So, time limit and the word limit must be followed by us. Number 11, draw diagram neatly with pencil wherever necessary and label them properly. Do not draw the diagrams in ink at all. The labels, symbols used in describing constructions, working, etc. should match with those used in the diagrams. You must finish writing the answer little earlier than the time allotted so that you will have some time for revision and correction if needed. In the last few minutes, when you go through the answers in a relaxed mood, you may remember the forgotten points, answers in a flash. Number 13, try to write the known answer as fast as possible and save time for other answers to think, recollect and write. Number 14, wherever required, show the steps especially while deriving or solving numerical problems because marks will be awarded for correct steps even though the final answer may be wrong. Number 15, examination system by and large attempt to test what you know only through what you present on the paper. Therefore, you must know how to present and impress upon the examiner by systematic and coherent way of writing the answers. No scribbling here and there on any part of answer sheet. What you know, write it clearly in an unambiguous manner. So these were the points, children. You might have found that how important these points are. If we really follow these points, we shall be able to do the best in the examination without any exception. Everybody will get the best marks. So I hope all of us will follow it. Try to encourage